What's going on there, guys? Welcome to a brand new edition of the Main Event Talk. I am Furman Torres, the main event player, displaying the show once again, and it's crazy. I've finally had some time to finally put this episode together, and everything, is just going smoothly for me ever since I've been working for the past few days and stuff, and I just got off a location just last night, came in and wanted to, go out to a few places like Jameson's and Theo's, go out and drink and have a good time. This episode of the Main Event Talk has a lot to do with the most powerful group that's happening in all of WWE. You know who they are. And the Main Event's going to give you his insight about what I think about this new group. And before I tell you who this group is, I want to give a shout out to all the members of the Main Event Posse and Headbanger Incorporated that are watching this right now, which I want to remind most of you guys that are getting an opportunity to see this, you know about the fight. And the fight we're talking about is Mayweather versus Guerrero, Saturday night, May 4th. The Main Event's going to have the fight at his house. My brother has already rearranged everything. He wants to remind everybody to bring your own beer. We're going to have the barbecue going on. We're also going to have, I believe we're going to have a keg over there, so it's going to be great. I love when we have these Mayweather fights. I mean, especially Floyd Money Mayweather. And for the first time, I'm actually going to give a shout out to the Money Man himself, Floyd Money Mayweather, who's also a huge WWE fan as well. Hope, he's been undefeated. No one's been able to beat him. And I seriously doubt anybody can. And I seriously doubt Guerrero will be the one to take down the Money. But you never know. I mean, it's been, I believe, 43 or 42 wins. I believe that's correct. So man, we'll see what happens. Saturday night, May 4th, live exclusively on pay-per-view from the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're going to have the pay-per-view here at my house. Most of you guys are invited for it. Most of my friends, most of my brother's friends, so it's going to be a tremendous fight. And, it's kind of a good thing that I put my vacation time on this particular weekend, so it should be tremendous. Besides that, I want to give a shout-out to my friends at Kelsey Friends, to Trisha, to Kelsey S. Rogers. And Kelsey, I want to let you know, I want to congratulate you on your, well, I guess the nursing thing is not going to be working out too well, so this criminal investigation stuff, I think that's what you're working on. Well, I hope that works out for you. I know you've been through a lot of stuff, and I know that you've had, trouble with certain people that get on your nerves and stuff, and that's okay. Just remember, Kelsey, from the Main Event to you, it's like this. You are the one that controls your own destiny. That's how it goes. You have the power to do whatever you want and not let any of these, and I'm going to say this on my show because I can, not let any of these slutty ass bitches who have nothing else better to do than to pick on people who are going to be a whole lot more successful than they are. And I should know because, people have picked on me and, well, they're too busy trying to get over every single ex-girlfriend they've ever had, and well, I'm too busy trying to go to every place and, say, orale, let's go have some fun. But nonetheless, a shout out to my friends at Kelsey Friends. A big shout out to everyone in Corpus Christi, Texas that are watching this episode right now. To my friends at Theo's Billiards who are watching this right now. Also, Jameson's Bar, to Rick Riviera, to Roxanne, to Lacey, believe Allison Williams, I believe that's her name. Your name has also been mentioned on this as well. To also all my friends at the Palace that are watching this right now, I want to give a big, huge shout out to Amanda. Yes, Amanda Maria Molina, I think that's her name. And yes, Amanda, you are invited to the fight if you want to come by and see it. Okay, I know that the Palace has the fight over there, but I want to have the fight here and then, back and forth and see how it goes. To everyone over in San Antonio, Texas, my boy Israel, who's watching this episode right now, hope you're having a good time over in San Antonio. And like I said, very soon, we got to meet up. And, well, also, and just to bring this up, Israel, there's a good possibility. I don't know when. It's probably going to be somewhere around October. I may be in San Antonio. But just hold on. Don't get your hopes up just yet. So the Main Event could possibly be there. Also, to big shout out to Stephanie Gonzalez, my longtime best friend. Also to another longtime best friend, Mark Anthony Pantoja. Hopefully he shows up at the fight as well. And also to, last but certainly not least, my Erlinda. Mwah, what's going on? How are you? Hopefully Hopefully I see you at the fight as well. Hopefully. Now, let's go ahead and get everything out of the way and talk about the most powerful group that's happening in the WWE. Now, I have been watching all of these stupid reviews that I've seen on YouTube, how they badmouth this group. And here's the thing. I have always been a person that, when you've been a wrestling fan for a long, long time, you begin to get over the bad guy, good guy shit. That's way overrated. That's done. That's, as far as I'm concerned, that's old news. When the Attitude Era came along a long time ago, I begin to realize that it's more than just good guys and bad guys. It's all about talent and attitude, how much money they can draw, and how many pay-per-view sales they can bring into. Just ask Stone Cold Steve Austin. Just ask The Rock. Just ask D-Generation X. Just ask Triple H. In this case, this group has brought a lot of attention ever since Survivor Series of last year, and a group known as The Shield. Now, and right now, everyone that's hearing this, I know some people are, well, The Shield is just a bunch of fucking pussies, man. Now The Shield can't do fucking shit. Now individually they can't do anything. They're nothing. Now these are the people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. See, I laugh at that every time because, they think, oh, well, it's unfair, these guys 3-on-1 handicap, blah, blah, blah. Tell me something. When the NWO made their debut, you think anyone gave a flying fuck? Like, most people call them pussies, most of them call them, nothing but jack-offs and all this. And then all of a sudden, everybody starts liking the NWO. The same thing with D-Generation X. They did the same thing. Same with the Nexus. Same with the Nation of Domination. Same with Evolution. Same with the Four Horsemen. Are you getting where I'm coming from with this? Every group that everyone has hated, they love. I like the Four Horsemen. I like Evolution. I like D-Generation X. But the thing is, the difference between Evolution and all those groups that I mentioned and The Shield is they are as one. As a unit. Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. They are as one. And here's the thing, guys. You have to understand where I'm coming from as an old school wrestling fan. We're going to hate a lot of groups. We're going to like a lot of groups. We're going to love certain wrestlers and hate certain wrestlers. But you're going to have to respect what they do one way or another. You see, when I first saw The Shield, obviously I knew who these three men are. Now, I haven't kept up with any of the NXT stuff, but I know that they've been a part of it. But certain particular wrestlers in that group have created a lot of attention. Like, I'm going to start with Dean Ambrose of The Shield. When I first heard about the guy, I know that his mic skills, from what I understand, are tremendous. I mean, every time when he is on a microphone, everyone just wants to listen to what he says. They don't care if he goes on for hours, if he makes sense about anything, or he doesn't make sense about anything. That's what's so cool about Dean Ambrose. Roman Reigns, the powerhouse of The Shield. And, the crazy thing is, I saw a pic on Facebook, and this is cool. I actually kept it on my iPhone. There's a pic of Roman Reigns, and right next to Roman Reigns is Robert DeHelio of Metallica. The bass player for him. He also played with Suicidal Tendencies. You look at him, you look at Roman Reigns, it's like, holy shit! Is it the same guy? Okay, that's why he's not in Metallica anymore. But Roman Reigns, to me, is one of the most powerful men in professional wrestling. And just to clarify something, for anyone that believes that Roman Reigns is Mexican, listen, he's not Mexican. He's Samoan. I believe he is related to Umaga. I think everyone knows that Samoans have always had a really, really good relationship with each other. I think Roman Reigns obviously knows who the Usos are, and probably knows something with The Rock and Samoa Joe and Rikishi and so forth. And Roman Reigns, I see him as a very, very powerful individual and a man who's going to lead his way into the future. And I think he's going to be very, very awesome to look at. So be on the lookout for Roman Reigns, and that dude's going to be badass. And the one man that I have been wanting to see in the Shield, and not only that, in the WWE, Seth Rollins. Now, let me give you my interpretation of Seth Rollins. He is one tremendous athlete. When I first heard about Seth Rollins, he was known as Tyler Rex from Ring of Honor. Tyler Rex had some tremendous battles with former TNA World Heavyweight Champion, who's also a former Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion. His name is Austin Aries. I believe it was February 13th, 2010, when Tyler Black, I'm sorry, not Tyler Rex, I kind of messed that up, but Tyler Black became the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion, and he defeated Austin Aries, who would go on to become TNA World Heavyweight Champion, which was good for his career. And at that same year in 2010, Tyler Black was signed to WWE, and we weren't sure exactly where his career was going to go, but I believe his career started with NXT. That's how he became NXT World Champion, and I knew that somehow, at some point, that Seth Rollins would make a huge impact in the WWE, and he did. So huge, in fact, that he comes up with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns